Hello everybody, Thomas here. In this video, it's going to be a very interesting video again, but I'm making this video for any of you who are quite curious of it, you know, not just for blind pilots, but also for other people who just don't entirely know and who are also flight simulator enthusiasts. I am making a video demonstrating how gauges in certain aircraft can be read with a screen reader called Non-Visual Desktop Access, or NVDA for short. The feature in NVDA that we're going to be using this morning, you know, because it is morning my time that I'm making the video, so the feature that I'm going to be using is a feature in NVDA where it reports tooltips. And for those of you who are wondering, what in the world are tooltips for? You know, they're not really used for much of anything. Well, for us BVI pilots, tooltips are everything. Because what I have just found out with two other buddies of mine is that that if you scroll over the screen with the mouse, you have another feature of NVDA, mouse tracking, because NVDA does have the ability to track the mouse with audio coordinates, also with audio tones mapping the coordinates and whatnot. And I will demonstrate that in just a moment. Having said that, what I'm going to be showing you all is how I get around the menu controls, also how I get around the virtual cockpit view. It is a little bit experimental. However, with the A2A aircraft, it's going to be much more user-friendly because they labeled their gauges very well. They're extremely realistic with their aircraft. For those of you who already use A2A aircraft, you most likely already know that. So for this demonstration, I'm in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. Completely started cold and dark from my knowledge. So what I'm going to be demonstrating is I'm going to be going through the mini controls because that's where you usually find most of your stuff. You know, your lights, you know, you can put the headphones on in there, you can put your sunglasses on in there, you can tweak the tiedowns, the wheel chocks, you can also adjust the the avionics, you can turn on your engine magnetos, you can turn on pitot heat, you can, you know, there's a whole bunch of things you can do, and you'll see it when I go through it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So now, I'm on the virtual cockpit view, so we press Shift 3 to go into the mini controls.
Mini controls. Windshield defroster, 0, tooltip.
Windshield defroster. Okay, so that right there is just one thing we can access
Cabin heat, 0, tooltip.
in the mini controls. Windshield defroster, cabin heat. And you're going to hear some beeps from an NVDA, and that's just me. That's just the audio coordinates tracking where I'm going. So,
windshield defroster, 0, tooltip. Windshield defroster, 0, tooltip. Mouse tracking on.
I'm just going to turn mouse tracking on.
Cabin vent, 0, tooltip. Cabin vent, 80, tooltip. Cabin vent, 0, tooltip.
And I can actually adjust the cabin vent.
Cabin heat, 0, tooltip.
Cabin heat.
Cabin heat, 80, tooltip. Cabin heat, 0, tooltip.
I can adjust that just with a click of a mouse.
Avionics off, tooltip. Avionics on, tooltip. Avionics off, tooltip.
Alright, that's avionics.
Tiedowns off, tooltip. Tiedowns on, tooltip.
Tiedowns are on. Alright.
Tiedowns off, tooltip. Tiedowns on, tooltip. Tiedowns off, tooltip.
Tiedowns are off.
Empty plane, tooltip. Right door, tooltip.
So what you just heard me do is I just opened up the right door. And with a click of a mouse, with a click of the mouse button, I just closed it. And that was all with just reading tooltips. So let's do a little bit more experimentation here. Let's...
Engine auto start sequence, tooltip.
That's the engine auto start sequence. So if I were to click that, it automatically starts my engine. And the engine auto start sequence in the mini controls actually starts your engine in the right way. You don't want to just press Control E in the simulator because it will not start it the right way. You want to go for the engine auto start sequence, or if you're a little more experimental, you want to turn on your fuel, your magnetos, go up to fuel pump, turn that on, press Control Shift F4. Count to about 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then press Control Shift, and then, then press Control Shift F1. And what that will do is that will set your mixture to rich, and then turn your fuel pump off the moment you do that. So now the engine is on. I'm going to show you something else here, if I can get to it.
Mix volume 100. Tooltip. Hit to cover tooltip. Avionics configuration. No GPS tooltip. Headphones off tooltip. Sunglasses auto tooltip. Headphones off. Headphones on tooltip.
With that, I have just put on the headphones. So okay, so now what you have just heard is just an experimentation of me moving around, clicking with the mouse. So,
control lock off tooltip. Control lock on tooltip. Control lock off tooltip.
Control locks off. So that's what we want.
Wheel shocks off tooltip. Wheel shocks on tooltip. Wheel shocks off tooltip. Tiedowns off tooltip. Tiedowns on tooltip. Tiedowns off tooltip.
Tiedowns off.
Right more tooltip. Hit to cover tooltip. Right more tooltip. Left more tooltip.
Alright, so we close that. Alright, so let's go ahead and shut the engine down so that way we don't waste any fuel. And you can just do that with Control Shift F1. It'll shut your engine down the right way. So
mix volume 100 tooltip.
So again, all I'm doing is just scrolling around with a mouse. I have an M7 Triathlon mouse, and I'm just using it with a mouse pad. And that's all I'm really doing. I'm just scrolling around with the mouse.
Auto cold and dark disable tooltip. Set the new state tooltip. Tooltip. Set the new state tooltip. Auto cold and dark disable tooltip. Auto cold and dark enable tooltip. Auto cold and dark enable tooltip. Auto cold and dark disable tooltip. Auto cold and dark enable tooltip.
That's what we want. But you got to go slow when you do this because NVDA has a bit of a delay before it displays tooltips. So
cold start tooltip.
So I click on the mouse, and we have just reversed this to cold and dark state. So now I have confirmed the battery is off, and everything is completely reset back to cold and dark. So I'm going to go out of mini controls. And there's another thing we can do here, and I'll show you how I do this. Now, for those of you who already use A2A aircraft, this will be nothing new to you, so if you want, you can just skip this part. So let me go ahead and we're going to go into the maintenance hangar.
Virtual cockpit use Ops 24. None 2. Maintenance hangar. Recognizing result document. Maintenance hangar arrow. LZ2Z RG 20 tire. Boeing 10700 transparency. And gear flap seals. Main fairing. Nose wheel fairing. Swap propeller. Complete overhaul. Complete overhaul.
And that I was able to click on complete overhaul.
Lockheed.
So that's what that does. It's a wonderful little tool. I should say it's a wonderful screen reader for sure. NVDA is wonderful with the simulator that I do. And so what you're hearing is the noises of the background noises of the maintenance hangar. So let me go ahead and get out of here. Shift F7 or Shift 7. Shift 7. So
Verious. Op 24. Virtual. None. Default. Menu window. None 2. Virtual cockpit 200.
So this one is a little more.
Tooltip. Attitude indicator. Tank 29 left. Pitch 20 up. Tooltip.
Now see what you can do here in the virtual cockpit view is because these gauges are so clearly labeled.
Altimeter 51 feet. Tooltip. VOR1 indicator 340 peg. Tooltip.
You can actually look at your gauges.
Altimeter 51 feet. Tooltip.
So you got to be really careful as to how
Altimeter
you.
51 feet. Tooltip. Airspeed. Tooltip.
There we go. There's airspeed. I think what I will do is I will label. There's an add-on with NVDA that I can get. I actually already have it, but it's called Golden Cursor. And what I can do is I can set a cursor tag to each and every one of these. And so if I wanted to know something really quick, I could just switch to that tag very, very quickly, and it would move the mouse there. So that's it for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video of me demonstrating how I navigate gauges with tooltips. So without further ado, I will see you next time with another demonstration. So hope you guys enjoy.